Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Jeff Vanderbeck here, publisher of the Appalachian News Express and several other newspapers throughout the region. I am here today with our bi-monthly, monthly, whatever we want to talk about, weekly podcast, Visit Pikeville Now. And once again, I'm joined by the wonderful, lovely, and talented, and never at a short for words or always busy, Miss Jill. So,
Okay.
Jill, welcome back to the podcast. I haven't seen you since last year.
And it's been a whole year.
You know, you made me a promise the last time we did this in early December, and you told me that you were going to bring lights, and you and I were going to have Christmas lights.
I did.
You let me down.
I did. I absolutely did. I will put it on my list for next year.
Guess what list that you're on now? Santa's naughty list.
Santa's naughty list. I'm going to do my best to have several months to get back on the list. But, you don't have to just have Christmas to have lights. So we'll have lights.
Well, it's Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
So
we'll have St. Patty's Day coming up. We'll have
thank God for the Irish.
That's right.
So let me ask you this. So for Valentine's Day, what are you going to do for me?
I'm going to come and sit and have a great cup of coffee with you and talk about all the wonderful things going
Are there
on.
going to be any heart lights?
Maybe. We'll see.
All right.
That's a surprise.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
And to you too. How was your New Year?
It was really good.
Personally, let's talk personally now. I mean, how
really
Christmas
good.
was good with your family. Then did
Kids, you can't beat kids.
you're right. You're not supposed to.
Be kids, no. But Christmas, when your kids are still, I don't want to say little, they're 11 and 13, but they're still so much fun.
Sure.
And Christmas morning is always a great time, and seeing Christmas through their eyes and their anticipation is a lot of fun. And then I take the week off of after Christmas off for vacation and really don't do anything. Or we went to Tennessee to see my in-laws for a few days and just kind of hung out and had some family time and got ready for a whole new year.
Good. So as far as the city's concerned, how was the last part of the year? I know the arena, the Appalachian Wireless Arena there was something going on there. It seemed like every day Larry and Josh were out there working and Wes was cooking. And how was the, and I know that you can't get into specifics right now because you're still kind of ciphering through, but tell me how the year ended for the city of Pikeville.
So fourth quarter for all the city, I think, was really fantastic. We have so many events that start in October, go through the end of the year that really take all of our time. So when fall season hits, we're all in. So, fall was great. Our retail downtown was wonderful. Retail throughout the city was really good. Always Christmas is a great time. And, starting like mid-November, we start to see an influx of people at the Commons downtown. And so it was really good. The shows at the arena were great. We had a lot of events going on there. 1st of December from Thanksgiving on, it's like warp speed. We had a wonderful craft show that lasted 2 days. Lots of vendors in the arena. Obviously, Winterfest is going on. Wonderful Christmas concert downtown. The parade was fantastic.
It was great. And then the App Theater had their classical stuff that they had. That was beautiful. I heard great comments about it.
It was really just neat and wonderful just to kind of take a step back and watch it unfold. Because after the parade and that Merry on Main weekend that we had with all events going on, it, for us to be able to take a breath that night after that part of it was over, was just really nice. And like I said, the parade was wonderful. People really put some thought into it. We had entire vehicles that were outlined in lights. So just seeing the kids and seeing everybody be excited and happy. And the weather was wonderful. I know.
It was great. It was really good. And, some of the comments I got from folks who are not from the area that just came to visit, that said, the decorations were just phenomenal. And I shared a story that my daughter sent to the mayor of Lexington and said, I'm from little old Pikeville, Kentucky, and our decorations in Pikeville are 10 times better. First responders, firemen, firefighters, they're out there decorating, putting all that stuff up. All that stuff is down now. It's so depressing because,
It is.
the season is here, it's gone, it's over with. The firefighters got all the stuff out of there, and now we're just waiting for stuff to spring in 2026. So shout out to those guys. And the good part about having the bad part about having a great year is that how are you going to top
Top that
next
next year.
year?
Well, we always strive to do better. One of the downfalls, I say, of what we do from a planning and decorating, facilitating standpoint is that we always challenge ourselves to do better the following year, and then so on and so forth. And you think, how am I going to come up with other ideas, or how are we collectively as a team going to create something new or do something different? We think we're all out of ideas until we sit down and we just start talking about things, what we can improve upon, what we can do differently, maybe what we've seen as we have traveled, or what other main streets or tourism departments or city entities have shared with us that they do. And then it just kind of blooms, and we find new things to do. So, this today, actually, as we record this, we are preparing the hearts for what is now Snowflake Alley, the original Umbrella Alley, but we're getting ready to
Sure.
put the hearts up for Valentine's Day as we love on Pikeville for the entire month of February. We normally have an event called Love Your Downtown, and we still are, but we're going to do that instead of one day, we're going to do the entire month of February. So we'll be releasing social media information about all of February events going on. And then we've got some new things coming in March, and then Hillbilly Days, of course, in April kind of speaks for itself. And then really there's something every month, and our concert series will start on the plaza at the arena. And
The
then
Theater picks it back up again
the Theater
in May or June,
yeah.
and then okay. So you brought up a great point about things to do and why to visit Pikeville and why to visit Pikeville now. So we got Muddy Boots.
Mhm.
I was up there today, and they're out running the horses. So you can come today
It's daily.
and go up there and ride a horse.
Right. That's what I think that people tend to forget about January, because it's after Christmas. Like you said, the decorations come down. You feel like it's just blah. But January is really a great time to recharge. We have been blessed with wonderful weather the past really few years, with a little lull. Last year we had a lot of snow, but this year it's been
Massive flood, but that's
well, that's February.
yeah.
This year we're
Yeah.
we're not going to even speak that. But January has been so nice that the trail system at Bob Amos Park is a wonderful opportunity for people to get out and start those New Year's resolutions, or keep those New Year's resolutions, or goals, I should say. I think resolution's a dirty word. I think I like goals better. So the trail is open. It's beautiful. It's a nice time to get out. All the leaves are down, so you can really see from the different vantage points. Downtown is still really walkable. The park is obviously open. So there's a lot of things. Muddy Boots, you mentioned, you can go to the horse barn any day, schedule rides, pony rides, ring rides, or just walk in the barn and
I was going to say you could just
visit
go,
with the
yeah,
animals.
go to the, and so they always have apples up there. And if you're there and you're cautious and they're allowing you, you can feed the horse an
Yeah.
apple and all that stuff. So yesterday, or a couple of days ago, we had Tammy Riley in from the Pike County Health Department talking about flu season. And one of the things that she recommended, and because in January people get that seasonal disorder or whatever the heck it's called, she says you got to eat healthy, but you got to get out and just
Yes.
get exercise. And that's where, and getting out now, you got, like you mentioned, the downtown walking area. You got the Bears track
Mhm.
through the Bear. There's the track up at Bob Amos Park. You've got the adventure trails that you could walk through that the city's done a fantastic job with. So there's really no excuse for not getting out and doing those things. And you mentioned the difference between a goal and a resolution. Well, I've got goals and I've got resolutions, and neither one of them ain't worth a crap anymore.
Or
But
keep any of them, are you?
oh no, I might. I woke up January 1st. Like, hey, yeah, we're gonna do it with that one, and I'm not gonna follow through with that one. And I promised to get up 6:30 every morning and do yoga, and I hit the alarm and
Haven't you done yoga yet?
I started not too long ago. I started back because I've got all kind of problems, not physically and, as you know, emotionally and mentally. But that's a whole nother story. But I've started doing a lot of planking for my core,
Yes.
and I'm up to 2.5 minutes now.
Really?
Yeah, so I can do that. And
Are you serious?
why would I lie to you? I'm already married. I don't need to lie to women
Brilliant
anymore.
by that.
Yeah, so
Maybe I should start planking.
well, I started out small. I would do like 15 seconds and then go up to 30 and then do 45, and I'm up to 2.5 minutes now. And
Do you feel better?
no, I feel
No,
miserable.
yeah.
I'm just a miserable old crotchety old fool.
Well, that's your own fault.
Well,
You
I
have
know.
to make a choice
Except
to
for
be
now,
there.
because the last time we spoke, you brought sunshine in and you brought happiness in and all
Right.
that stuff. So, all right. So now we talked about getting out to muddy boots. We talked about walking the trails. Okay. Kayaking. You got the thing there where you can be left off. That's going to pick up soon too. So
That will pick up in the
in
spring.
the spring,
I definitely would not want to get on the river right now. No, we're not going to do that. Not yet. So usually around Hillbilly Days, around April is when we start doing the kayaks and the floats and things of that nature. We see at that time of year that obviously that picks up, but also the trail rides for the horses pick
sure.
up around that time. Because Hillbilly Days, we always pray for great weather. We're definitely going to count on one day of rain, but
One day of rain, one day of 90-degree weather, one day of snow.
yeah, all the things. Kentucky weather, perfect.
And you mentioned Hillbilly Days, so I want to hit that real quick because there's a couple of topics I'd like to get to. But if you're thinking about coming to Hillbilly Days, it's important to book your hotel now if you're coming in from out of town.
That's right. Wherever you are, if you're not in our immediate Pikeville area, if you're watching online, you're listening, wherever you get your podcast. So I cannot stress to you enough the importance of calling now to book your hotel room. They fill up a year in advance typically. So I would call right now. Don't forget, if you have an RV, we have the RV park that is available, 23 slots. Wonderful, wonderful opportunity to park your RV and then check in the park and then come downtown. Then we also have a host of Airbnbs, not only in the downtown area, but certainly around Pike County, Floyd County, Letcher County, Johnson County. A lot of those do see Hillbilly Days traffic in their Airbnbs and hotels. So make sure you call now and get your lodging solidified because it will not last.
Right. It doesn't get any easier as you get
No.
closer to the event. And it is a wonderful event. It's a 3-day event, lots of music, great food. This year is going to be absolutely, this is one year I'm really not looking forward to Hillbilly Days. You know
No,
why?
why?
No. You know why?
Why is that?
I don't know if you've been reading the local News Express lately, but there are 2,477 million people who are coming out of the woodwork to are applying for political offices, and every one of them people are going to have a stump speech at the
Right.
stump speaking, and it's going to be
They may have to extend the hours. I mean, I looked at the list that you provided. I looked at it online from your website, and there's a lot.
there's many.
There's
And you know what?
a
I'm
lot.
really happy for these folks because everybody wants to get involved in politics, and I hope to God somebody gets involved, and I hope we get good people going in there, and I hope good things happen. But there's so many people. There's going to be so much mud. I mean, you need to bring your muddy boots to Pike
Literally.
because you never know what kind of stuff
Yeah,
you're going
bring
to
a really comfy chair to the courthouse,
Yeah.
wanting that happens, and maybe a thermos of coffee, and
coffee. That's Hillbilly Days.
well, early in the morning, you got to have coffee.
Oh.
Now, what you put in your coffee is your business.
There's your own business.
Right. But you're right. I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, there's going to be a
It'll be a
plethora.
big parade.
Oh,
too.
my goodness. And there's going to be the parade is going to be great this year, I think.
Listen, after our Christmas parade, I was so excited that so many people really went a little bit beyond the norm to decorate their trucks and things like that. But I'm a float person. I think floats are fun. I know they're a lot of work. I know they're very time consuming and can be expensive. But I think if you have a great organization, you have people within your organization that have great ideas and that want to work together to make a wonderful float. So I'm hoping that we have a lot of floats this year.
Yeah, I think that would be a great idea. And, if you are going to do a float, start on it now.
Oh,
Because that's
absolutely.
cool. And then also, the city put out an APB, if you will, about applying to get into the parade and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
So here's the thing. The sooner you apply, the better, because it's better for us to plan logistically for how long we're going to have the space that we'll need for setup time, how long the parade will be, the different things that we have to do, the checklist that we have to make. So right now, visit Pikeville.com. You go there, you click under the events tab. There is a whole section for Hillbilly Days Parade application. All you have to do is click that link and fill everything out online. It gives you all the information. You're able to upload your driver's license, your insurance information, what kind of vehicle you're going to have, take care of all the things now so you don't have to do it last minute, because once registration for that closes around second week of April, then it's done.
Yeah, it's done. When it's done, it's done.
It's just too hard to have to check off the boxes for the insurance that you have to have, and then the permits have to be done and picked up and those sorts of things. So the sooner you do it, the better. It will be here before you know it, the 16th, 17th, and 18th of April. But right now, that online application is live and available.
Good. And so we talked a little bit about, so we got Hillbilly Days, we got Muddy Boots, we've got the kayaking, which starts later on in the spring. You go feed the horses, you could do the trails right now. So there's plenty of things to do right now. And also shopping. And you know what? I blame Donovan Blackburn for my problems. You know why?
It's a great problem to have.
Well, I go to the Commons and, my wife likes to go to Hobby Lobby, or she'll go into Marshall's, or she'll go to Ulta or something. And I got to sit in the car, or I'll drop her off because I'm that kind of guy at the door and let her out, and she'll go park the car and meet me. And I've got to park from where I'm at all the way in the back of the parking lot, get my steps in, because there's so many places in there because people are actually taking advantage of that. And it was Donovan Blackburn's vision that made this happen. And I blame him, and my hip hurts every time I have to walk there. So
what a wonderful opportunity it is for you to exercise that hip, for you to walk and get your steps in, get your lung capacity up. Tammy Riley will tell you this, that it is the best thing in the world.
I don't
park
need,
in the back of the parking lot.
We had this conversation yesterday. I don't need advice from you guys on how.
We're on the same page.
I know, but you guys are big ganging up on me. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Just we love you. Just because we love you.
You should be ashamed of yourself for beating up on somebody's grandpa.
Trying to take care of you. You are a grandpa.
I am.
Now.
Yes.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, little baby not too long ago. It was a wild experience.
Were you nervous when you first?
Hell, I'm still nervous. What are you kidding me? My daughter-in-law says, "Hey, would you like to hold the baby?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to drop this kid because you've had two of your own." I'm like, "I know that."
Has it changed you, do you think? I mean, when you see your baby have their own baby,
it was wild. It was wild.
Different.
Yeah, it was wild. It was a great experience.
Yeah,
but
your girl has one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? You're just full of great ideas that are just going to put me over.
Yeah, you have great kids. You have done a wonderful job. So I'm excited.
No, my wife has done a wonderful job. You talked about the floats and creative people. I've got one of the most creative staffs in the entire eastern part of Kentucky. You know what their idea for a float was? For Hillbilly Days?
I heard.
To put my dumb butt in a float and do a drunk tank.
A drunk tank.
Not a drunk tank.
Same thing.
No,
a dunking booth.
A dunking booth.
Yes.
Oh, we'll make money. For me, no. There's a lot of people.
You know what I think? It would be great for you to get in a dunking booth at one of our events that we have when we raise money for Christmas with a first responder, and let us buy chances to dunk Jeff.
Even only if I do that under several conditions.
I'm not doing it.
No, you don't have to do it. I want to be the first one, and the thing's got to be scrubbed out, because I don't want, some of the, Chief Reed going in there getting dunked, and those guys peeing in the Dunkin' Brook knowing that I'm going to be in there, and things floating around in there, and I think, and I know that they're going to miss it, because I've seen them throw stuff. They'll miss it. They'll come up and push that thing and just dunk me.
There's a rope on the back of the letter.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, you can just pull it.
Just pull it. Yeah,
and
it's just crazy. I'm not interested in that.
But it's a great time.
That's how creative my staff is. So that's their thought process on how we can have a float in. Can you imagine floating down there? It's like a mile and a half. It takes 2 hours. I'll be drowned by the time that's over.
You may be.
Much to the surprise or happiness of a lot of people.
You never have.
So after Hillbilly Days, we've got May coming up. We've got things happening. School's going to come out. We got graduation. Allergy season's going to be in full swing.
I know, and all the things and all the flowers come out.
And the flowers are going to be. Speaking of that, when is UMG going to put the flowers up on the flower booth, the pots? Is that starting February or is that in March or April?
That's in May.
And like I said, close to Mother's Day, right?
It is. It's right before Mother's Day weekend.
See, I
just want to mention the flowers though, because right now is when they put the seeds and the plugs in the pots to let them grow, and to watch them grow. I should set up like a time-lapse camera to watch them. It is the most phenomenal thing to watch them in the greenhouse.
Yeah, at the UMG greenhouse. So Greg May invited me up there. I was up there about 3 years ago in January, and then I went up there like late January and then early February, and you could see these things growing and growing in the greenhouse, and the workers there are just phenomenal, and they just really know what they're doing. And by the time they're ready to go, and that's how ubiquitous things are. I'm thinking that the flowers are there year round, but they're really not. But once you see them, the beautiful flowers everywhere in the city.
If you go right before we bring them out at Mother's Day, it's always my favorite thing to do is to walk into the greenhouse when they're ready to go and they're all bunched up together. And it's just nothing but a canopy of beautiful flowers. And it's breathtaking.
You should allow us to come up there. We'll take video of that. We could post it because that's a really cool thing.
It is absolutely breathtaking to see all of those flowers. We have well over 100 pots.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all bunched together, and they're by section and by category and by color. And then they pull them apart and they put them in. It takes a couple of days for them to get acclimated to the outdoors, because they've been really nestled in those perfect warm environments. But it's just, Tony and Bridget and all the gang, like right now, that's what they're doing. They're preparing.
Sure. Okay, so switching subjects, Main Street, Pikeville, and your role and what's happening with the state. I know you got a lot of stuff that you're dealing with statewide, and you're supplying information to Frankfurt. What can we expect from Main Street in 2026?
Main Street has a lot of different things going on. There's always a lot of moving parts in Main Street. Obviously our biggest fundraising event that we do comes in June, and that date is set. It's Dinner in White last year, and the year before, 600 people in downtown Pikeville having dinner, dancing, having fellowship, and just having a great time. So that's our big fundraiser of the year. But Main Street starts with our events, like I said, in February. So February is the month of love. So we're going to love on our downtown the entire month. We've got restaurants that are going to have specials. The app has got some things planned. We will have a lot of different photo opportunities around the downtown area. Like I said, we're switching over the alley to Hearts the next couple of weeks, which is always a great photo op. So that month is going to be just a lot of fun to love on Pikeville. And then in March, we are working on a St. Patty's Day event. And I can't tell you too much about it because it's still in the planning stages. Next time we meet.
I was going to say, next time we meet and you have those lit up hearts around your neck, you'll tell me about what's going on after.
Clover's coming next. Yeah. So we haven't had a St. Patty's Day event downtown in a couple of years, well, 2 or 3 years actually. And so we want to bring that back and do some things with our restaurants and the new distillery downtown as they're working. So I'm not going to give away too much, but there will be an event March 14th, I think it is, the Saturday before St. Patty's Day. And I'll tell you all about it the next time we meet.
Well, speaking of that, I've been talking to the folks who are downtown, and there are some great things that are in the planning stages. And if half the stuff comes through, it's going to really revolutionize downtown. And I know that the city is getting involved with these folks. I know that you can't talk about it now, but I do know that if as we progress into the next 30, 60, 90 days, 2026 looks like it's going to be a very, very great, busy year, prosperous year for not only the city, but
for our businesses,
but another feather in the cap of the people who live in this region to come to downtown Pikeville just one more time, just to visit, see what's going on, make sure things are happening, just be part of the community and part of the fabric of what our community is so famous for.
I think so. You mentioned tourism. I was in a meeting this week with all of our regional tourism directors for it's the Eastern Highlands North Group, where Kentucky is broken into different categories. And I was meeting with a group from Ashland, and she said, I was in your town for a wrestling tournament at the arena over Christmas break, and your decorations were beautiful. Now, this is Ashland, who has lights all over the place. And she's like, I felt like I was in a Hallmark movie. And this is coming from a tourism professional who sees a lot of things. You know, we have the opportunity to see a lot of different things. And she said, I can't wait to come back. I said, well, I wish you would come back when you're not going to be in the arena all the time, and let me really show you and take you to the places that make us so special. You mentioned the distillery being open, their gift shop has moved, the restaurants downstairs, lots of great things coming there, all of our different eateries. But I can tell you, like what you said, 30, 60, 90 days by midsummer, it's going to be a lot different.
It's gonna, this town is gonna evolve into something or morph into
And
something
really
hasn't seen in a long
excited
time.
about
Sure.
it. You know, I always say it's never a job if you love what you do.
Sure.
But we get to do some wonderful things in my office and in the city. And it's just our pleasure to make sure that we have things that are wonderful for our visitors to come in and see, but more importantly for our community.
And you guys do a great job. Again, I appreciate you coming today, talking about what happened last year and what some planning for 2026. Folks, go onto the website, City of Pikeville, or visit pikeville.com. There's lots of things on there. You know, book your hotels. If you're going to get in a parade for Hillbilly Days, fill out the form. Just watch the website, visit that website often, because there's always something that's going to pop up, something that's really going to be informative or something insightful. And you know, Jill posts a lot of things on there just to let people know what's happening. Then you can go to the arena, you can go to the amphitheater, you could book you could reserve the park, you could reserve the overlook. All that stuff is up there, and it's beautiful, gorgeous scenery, gorgeous stuff, gorgeous place to be.